and welcome to Special Stage Extra. Coming up on the show, we've got action from the Scottish Rally Championship, the Welsh Rally Championship and the Junior Rally Championship. But first, we're bringing you all the action from Sweetlam for the All-Wheel Drive Championship. Round 6 of the championship, sponsored by Ravenhill Limited and Milner Off-Road, makes its annual trip to Sweetlam in Wales. And with the sun shining, dust was likely to be the talking point of this weekend. With a big entry and a nice long course, the crews would only have 5 long runs to complete, so every second would count this weekend. On to the first couple of runs then, and it would be an early lead for Rick and Sandra Mann. The pair didn't have much luck at this round last year when the wheel came off the car, but so far today was going well, leading by 17 seconds at the midway point. Andy Di Giulio wasn't going to take it easy this weekend right from the start. A fastest time on the opening run showed that he was on form straight away. A small issue with a brake seizing on during the third run this morning was slowing the progress a little though. Chris and Jonathan Bird were of course no strangers to a good result this season, the championship win getting ever closer. But for now it will be a third place start to the weekend here at round 6. Ian Roberts joins the entry once again this season and sets some good times, including a second fastest on the opening run. He does drop a few seconds to the top crews in the next few runs though to lie 4th overall. Dan and Kim Evans end this morning's opening runs in 5th overall, the pair also putting in some good times. The top 5 separated by less than a minute after run 3. Kevin Stubbs was another joining us again on an occasional outing, and it was going well, ending the morning's runs in 6th overall. A regular face from our coverage a few years ago, Gordon Monaghan was back out this weekend after a long time away from racing, getting back into things a little more as the day goes on and lying in 7th place after run 3. Charlie Evans would be the third of the Interclub crews in the top 10 this weekend, lying 30 seconds behind Monaghan at this stage in 8th overall. Mark Hones was a regular face back out after a short time away, this time with the car looking like a Mini. The times were improving as the day went along, getting within a handful of seconds of the leading crews. And rounding out the top 10 after run 3 would be Oliver Arnold, trying to put right a non-finish at the previous round and make it to the end here at round 6. It wouldn't be such a good start for all the crews this weekend though, as Tim Philpott becomes one of the first casualties when the diff on the car locks up early into the first run. Unfortunately for everyone else, it happened on one of the narrowest places of the course, and there would be no option but to try, with difficulty, to drag the car out of the way. On to some of the class runners outside the top 10 then, and in 12th overall it would be Steve and Julie Mitchell. The husband and wife team struggling a little with the car's handling on the opening runs, but it was still going okay for now as they lie in 3rd in the 7i class. Guy Smith was out this weekend testing the new development car and would be running in a class of his own, so leading the way there wasn't really in question, but 14th overall was a good start for the new car. With the Interclub here alongside the All-Wheel Drive Club, this weekend would be many a fight in the various classes, and in Class 7 it would be Steve Strutt who leads the way at the midpoint, 16th overall too. Simon Cooper makes a good start to the day to lie in 20th overall and lead the way in Class 8, but the lead in that class was only 1 second. With Ian Charles looking to use the afternoon runs to improve on that second in class and 21st overall, 1 second certainly wasn't too much to try and gain in the remaining runs. Alex Day will be a little further back in the class and overall. 3rd in the class and trailing by 19 seconds, still not a lot after 3 long runs over the dusty course. Adrian Marfell had a bit more competition in Class 3 this weekend, but was leading the way by a considerable amount, despite a few scary moments along the way, as well as breaking the bottom ball joint of the car. Guy Thompson gets to the end of Run 3 second in Class 7, the second of the interclub crews in the class, fighting off the regulars to those places. One of which, Scott Benwell, was lying third in the class, a few places further back in 34th overall, just under a minute behind second in the class at this stage. So before we chat to a couple of the drivers, here's a reminder of the overall results so far. So Rick, last year unfortunately you had to retire early. This year it appears that your look has changed. How is it all going?
So far so good. Yeah, we're up there with the times. It's pretty hard and dusty. It's very easy to make mistakes. You are holding on the side of the track by a small margin. I think I've scared the navigator a little bit, my wife, so yeah, she's not too happy, but no, it's going well,
Back to the action then, and a look at how the results were decided. Neil Rogers would be the first of the crews back to the finish with a clean set of run times. He ends the event with the Class 1 win, as well as 46th overall. Richard Mitchell manages to move slightly up the overall results, ending the event in 45th place, but there wouldn't be any change to the class, second in Class 4. Changing Class 7 as we see Blair Perman end the event third in Class 7, taking that place in the final runs this weekend. A good finish for Steve Bennett means that it's the Class 5 win this weekend, as well as 42nd overall. No change in the class for Colin Davies. He takes the Class 4 win this weekend after leading all day and moves up the overall results into 36th place. And it's a good finish too for Matthew Barber as he ends the event with the Class 2 win as well as 40th overall. Changing the right direction for Scott Benwell as he moves up the Class 7 results to take second place, ending the day in a great 28th overall. And for Guy Thompson, it will be the Class 7 win, a lead of exactly a minute in that class at the end of today's 5 runs. There will be change in Class 8 in the afternoon runs too, as we see David Hooper taking up third place in that class, as well as 23rd overall. Jason Nichol and Kirsty Randall move into the class podium places in the final runs to take second in Class 8, the pair finishing in 21st overall as well. No change in the Class 3 lead at the end of the event for Adrian Marfell despite a few problems during the day. He holds on to that lead to take the class win and 19th overall. Alex Day has a good run this weekend to end the event in 16th overall, but more importantly, take the Class 8 win. On to the top 10 then, and for event sponsors Steve and Julie Mitchell, it would be that 10th place finish at the end of the event. A move the right way up the results as they also take second in Class 7I. A successful trial of the new car for Guy Smith this weekend sees him finish in 9th overall. No competition in the 6i class, so the win was his, but a top 10 finish was a great result. Oliver Arnold moves up the results a little and into 8th overall. A finish was what he needed after not scoring any points on the previous round. Mark Holmes has a successful day in the Mini this weekend, taking 7th overall and 3rd in the 7i class. The car looked like it went well over the fast stages this weekend. Gordon Monaghan returns from a few years away with a great result of 6th overall, a result which is also good enough for the Class 7i win. For Dan Evans, it will be 2nd in class and 5th overall. No change in that overall place through the event, a good consistent run this weekend. And there will be no change overall for Ian Roberts as he ends the event in 4th. The result means a win in the Class 8I this weekend. Unfortunately for Andy DiGiulio, it will be a last-minute drop down from 2nd into 3rd. A great result still at the end of a tough weekend, but not the one he would have wanted. So for Chris and Jonathan Bird, it would be a step up into 2nd overall, a finish which gives them some good championship points and means that the pair could sew up the championship on the next round at Walters Arena in a few weeks' time. But the championship takes a backseat this weekend as it's the win for Rick and Sandra Mann, a welcome result after not finishing this round last year, and the points this weekend mean the pair lie 3rd in the championship results after round 6. So before we talk to a few of the drivers, here's a reminder of how the overall results were decided. So I believe your luck continued. Congratulations are in order. Well done.
Yeah, it's been a good event. We didn't have any problems, so yeah, good race with Chris again and Andy and some of the other guys. Weather held out okay, so it was excellent.
Was it a tough battle?
It was, yeah. We managed to get fastest time of the day, so it's usually between us, Chris or Andy. There's been a real personal battle going on this year, and it looks like Chris is going to win the championship, which, good luck, you know, he's done well, deserves it. So yeah, it's been a really good battle today.
So as the dust settles here in Wales, Rick Mann has taken the victory at Sweet Lamb. Join us after the break for some action from the Scottish Rally Championship.